Love is Blind season 3, episode 5. I actually watched this Friday and was supposed to do it yesterday or Friday. I'm just so busy. I did Married at First Sight. I did the new couples this morning. Be sure to check that video out. Be sure to subscribe and thumbs up. I am hoping none of these couples on Love is Blind get married. They're all toxic. Matt, I know he looked familiar. He looked like one of those men on those true crime shows. Hopefully you watch my other review of The Love is Blind up to episode 4, and I hope to get maybe episode 5 tomorrow. It was 6 on Tuesday and be ready for Wednesday. Is there more episode on Wednesday? Okay. So the episode started out with the couples waking up in Alexa and Brennan room. It looks like a dump. Now, I have a child, so I know house, especially when you have kids, it's not like before we got married when it was just me, Lexi, and Big Mike. Lexi has her own space, and it was just me and Big Mike, and the house would be spotless. It's not like that when I have kids, okay? It's just not like that. But as two adults, I would expand with cameras. I don't understand how you have clothes all over the floor and the camera crew coming in there and towels is hang up all over. I don't understand it. Don't you want to clean up before the camera people come in the room? I just don't understand how they think this is okay. And I'm not saying by no means I'm, OCD or anything, because God, like I said, I have a little boy. And thank God I have just one. Because I don't know how the other mamas with 5 and 6 do. Ooh, child. We see Zainab and Cole at the beach at the pool, and she won't get in. And I'm like, dumb. He is looking at these things. That's why I'm wearing my dating shirt, because dating is about data. You won't get in. You want to get in the pool. You don't want to get in the beach. You don't want to get in the water. She must have a weave. She must have a weave, because I don't understand how you don't want to get in the pool. We know she's not on her cycle because she's been screwing all night. Okay, you're not on your cycle, and there are ways around that in 20 and 22. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out, how is Zainab not calculating that might be a turnoff for Cole? Is young, he's 25, and he basically wants to have fun. And she's like, oh, I don't want to get in. Oh, I don't want to get in. And I'm like, girl, what? Go ahead and get in the pool and show him that you can have a little fun. He's probably thinking she's old. She don't want to get in. Like, she doesn't come off as someone who likes to have fun and someone he can have fun with. Because ladies, let me tell you, they are thinking about these things while they are dating you. I'm trying to find the picture, but I can't. Okay. And so far, she's not fun. She's fun in the bed. She's fun in the sack, but that's it. So then she asks, after seeing the other girls being 30-year-old woman, uh, she's insecure. And I'm starting to realize that about her, and I don't like that about her. And I understand why she had to get on the show. Okay? Because she's so insecure, and that drive men insane, right? It's like they realize you're a liability, you're a child. They're gonna have to um they're gonna have to keep on building you up. It's like somebody who's afraid of getting out the house, and you have to give them a prep talk every day. And I don't think any man should do that. And I'm not saying we shouldn't praise and compliment each other, but she needs to go to counseling. Zainab is not ready to get married. She's not ready to get married. And Did I say they were at the beach? They talk about the beach, the water. Because last night, the episode before everybody was at the beach. Okay. And at the pool. So I just don't think Zaynab should have been on the show. Okay. She has problems. She has insecurity problems with her body, and it is not your husband's responsibility to keep on pumping you up every day. It's going to get exhausting. Yes, compliment each other and so on and so forth, but it's going to get exhausted, and I don't think anybody want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with that myself. Matt and Colleen talks about the guys who shut her down, and she lied that she knew he was the one. And I'm like, why are you lying, boo-boo? Why are you lying? Brennan turned you down, Cole turned you down, and then a flash came to you and said, well, there is this one guy. I really wasn't into him, but I think we could have something. And he's the third choice. Matt is the third choice. So now you want to talk about, oh, he was the one before? You lying. And he's going to see it when they play back. He's going to see it. Talking, oh, you was the first. Lies. I knew you was the one. Lying. Alexa and Brennan are concerned about them living together. She mentioned that he's a little bit messy. They're both messy. And then she says he can't be messy because she's messy. They can't have two messy people, and she doesn't rewear the same outfit twice. And I'm like, well, how much money your daddy got, y'all? That means she has to shop every week, every day to buy clothes. I mean, you don't even rewear the same t-shirt, the same underwear, the same bra. So that explains it. She's nasty. You're nasty. You don't want to wash. You don't want to get your clothes to the cleaners. And I can see that with her room. Because as a wife to be, right, men are paying, especially those Southern men. You know he's redneck South Texas. They are paying attention to how you keep a home. And I'm not saying it has to be spotless or whatever. Sometimes I'm embarrassed. Okay, sometimes the living room is such a mess because little Michael is playing his fort, or I said I was gonna show y'all some of our pictures, or the tent. And I'm like, oh, and Mike comes home and it just looks a mess. And he's like, babe, the baby was playing fort, or he's playing with the pillars, or blah, blah, blah. But as far as having your clothes laying around, I don't even do that. We all have a hamper. And a hamper in our room. So when you come home, you could just throw your clothes in the hamper. It's not thrown on the floor or and I just didn't like that. The room was so messy, and she was walking. She was walking around, and I'm like, girl, clean up, pick up. I meant to show you all this on Married at First Sight, but this is little. And I said, Michael, obstacle course. Okay. In talking about station, I forgot to show these. Him on the floor, building his obstacle course. Everything is on the floor. That's where they were before. Then he's sleeping on the floor. Floor is clean. But I just, with the walking over the clothes thing, I just can't. I don't know how she do it, y'all. She might need her a maid. Alexis might need a maid. I don't think she can keep a home. I don't think she can keep a home. And I think that's going to be a turn off for Brennan. And Brennan said he only have like 25 things, and then she want to redress him and change his style. And I'm like, don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. If he If the man you're dating is not dressed the way you want him to dress or dressed the way you like, you need to leave him. And Brennan said, that's not going to happen. She's not about to change my style. He's a Southern guy. They wear boots and they wear cowboy hats and jeans and plaid shirts. Leave that man alone, okay? And I'm not saying you can't, buy him a couple of pieces or that. My husband was already a nicely dressed man. The only thing with my husband, he had men colors. He had gray, brown, the men colors, blue, black, gray, and brown. Everything. And since we got married, I've got him a blue pinstripe suit. I got him another, well, with the suits with the men, there's only so much you can change, okay? Because you can't buy no pink suit. But I pretty much change out his shirts. So now he has baby blue shirts and navy blue shirts. And he has pink shirts and yellow and orange. And for Father's Day, before, that certain movement started where now people can't even compliment and say, that's a nice tie you have on. He would wear his pink shirt for Father's Day because Lexi got him the pink shirt with the pink tie that lights up. And now that my husband is working from home, he wears the collar shirts, not the collar shirts, forgot what they're called. And I have them in all colors. And he gets compliments about them all the time. I mean, they're red, not red, or maybe one red, orange, purple, yellow, pink, very, very, very nice springy peach color, and polo shirts, a polo shirt. And he get compliments about them all the time. He said, oh honey, the ladies, they love my shirt. They said, oh Michael, you have so many different color shirts. Because I'm like, color is a nice thing. Color will brighten up your day. And so now he's getting a lot of compliments on his shirt. He said, well, I don't know where my wife bought these, but she bought them for me. Because before it was just blue, white. That was it. My husband only had blue shirts. Oh, maybe he didn't have no blue shirts. White. Because, men have to keep it very basic. Men are colorblind. That's another thing, y'all. Men are colorblind. That's why they have to stick with the black, the blue, the brown, the beige. If you notice, like especially businessmen, that's what they stick with because they're colorblind. So us wise, we have to help them. Get them the nice, pretty colors. They're so pretty. I love them. His polo shirt. So now he works from home. Most days he'll wear a polo shirts. Ever so often he put on his business shirt and suit. But most days he's in his polo shirts. Bartiz and Nancy gets up for the day, and she's acting like Bartiz was telling her last night how hot Raven is, and she's a smoke fest, and she's a baddie, and she's the girl he would always go. And I'm looking at them, and Nancy's like, "Hi, yes, good morning, yeah." And I'm like, "Girl, please stop with the lies. I just cannot. They're having lunch, and Nancy starts to talk bad about Raven. Girls, never do that. Never, 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 never talk to the man you have an interest in about another woman or about the girl he used to date, because you're going to look bad in his sight. And she was saying, oh, the Raven in the pods was a different Raven in the room, and a different Raven we met, and talk about there's no way he could be interested in her and be interested in me because we are so different. And talk about Raven couldn't be what he wants and what he needs. And I'm like, well, apparently she is what he wants and what he needs, because, honey, he saw Raven and poof, Nancy's gone. You're gone, Nancy. You're gone. And you know what I don't like? I don't like this about women is they act like a woman like Raven, who's very good looking, very fit, very firm, boobs just beautiful. She got her boobs done, I can tell. They act like none of that matters. And this is exactly why a lot of women get in trouble. Okay, because you want to act like Nancy want to act like All that matters is her, and nothing Raven looking good doesn't matter. And it's a lie. It is a lie. Read the Bible. It's in the Bible. Do you understand? It's in the Bible. Men are fall in love based on what they see. That's why he was oohing and eyeing over Raven, because he's in love with what he sees. Now, once he gets your attention and he likes what he sees, then he'll go deeper. But if they don't like what they see, they're not trying to go deeper with you. And the woman who the men choose you because of the depth first, it never work out. It'll never work. He will always be lusting on her. He will always be thinking about her. This is why divorce is so bad in the church, because the pastors lied to y'all and told you it don't matter what he looked like or what she looked like. It's a lie. It is. Let me tell you, woman, single woman dating for marriage, you better fix yourself up. Fix yourself up. Look cute. Look clean. Go to the perfume outlet. Get you about 2 perfume that smells good. I can tell you one. Email me. Fix your hair. Comb your hair. Don't have those big old funky stinky weave all the way down to your behind. Black women, the black men are complaining. Y'all dress up pretty to go out the house. Then you come home, you take off your makeup, you take off your wig, and you're walking around looking like Queen Latifah on, what's that show? Light It Up, Speed It Up. What's the show? Beat It Up, Let It Fire. You know what I'm talking about. You dress up to go out, wives, I'm talking, sorry. Wives, you dress up to go out in the world, and then you come home looking like the bag lady, funky, and you want to, oh, it don't matter because he already loved me. Don't you understand that he needs to continue to see something look good? And yes, we all have a day we want to lay in bed, but it shouldn't be every day. That's why I think Black women, we should go back to our natural hair, because you could fix it up. You could throw some braids in it. Okay, you see how I do my hair? My hair has always got something going on. I put these braids in. I can put them up. I can lick it to the side. I can flip it back. I'll take my braids out, wear my natural hair out for a minute, make sure I get some air, get some grease, get it clipped if I need to, and add some. Fix yourself up, wives. And you single women, fix yourself up. Put on some lipstick. You Christian girls who don't believe in makeup, baby, you need some. Get you some CC cream or something. I was telling this Christian girl, I said, girl, just go to Walmart. CC cream is $2.99. But it will even out your skin tone. You shouldn't be seeing blotches. I don't know why you think a man want to look at you with your blotches all over your face. Go get you some CC cream. It's very thin, but what it does, it evens out your skin tone. And I have been blessed by God. I've been kissed by sweet baby Jesus to have always had beautiful skin. Thank God. But for those that even with me with my skin, baby, I get up every day and I put a little something over my face just to make my face even and clean looking. And so stop thinking a good-looking woman don't matter. It matters to the men. It matters. And you wives, you're married, you're not taking care of yourself, stop. Fix yourself up. Fix yourself up. Unless you want your man walking around funky. I'm not talking about you, Michael Jr. Are you funky? say sometimes, because you don't want to take a bath. But that's why I get him in the tub every day. I dip him. Okay. I dip you in the tub. I get in the tub. So, ladies, this foolishness y'all think about that it don't matter, it's a lie. Bartiz will never be happy with Nancy. He will always be thinking about Raven or somebody that looks like her. It don't matter now how he fall in love with me, fall in love with her. And if it wasn't for her doing exercise while he was talking to her, he would have chosen her. Nancy, you're his number 2 option. Michael, what you got? Let me see. Beautiful. Bartiz says they connected over fitness related. So we have things in common. That's what that means. They have things in common. What does Bartiz and Nancy have in common? Nothing. Ladies, make sure the men you're dating and you go marry, y'all have stuff in common. Make sure. Me and my husband, we love reading. We love politics. He'll call me. This was when he was working in the office, and he'll say, "Babe, what's going on with the election, or what's going on with the race?" And I could say, and even with the Supreme Court, there was a Supreme Court decision, and I couldn't figure out. There's the latest Supreme Court on, the big A, and it was a 6-3 decision or 5-3 something, and I just couldn't figure out which justice did what believe what We know the Supreme Court is now 6-3. I think it is 6-3. And I called Mike. I was like, Mike, he was like, oh, it's justice. So I said, I totally forgot. You need to have stuff in common. I was reading a book on something, the misinformation of the American Negro, something like that. And he saw it, got his attention. We started talking about it. He was like, hey, read this book, read this. You need to have stuff in common, because you can always bond over things that you have in common. Though that's not the only reason why you should get married, okay? So then we see the couples at the pool, and Nancy's over there talking to SK about Raven not being touchy-feely. And she's like, I'm Capricorn, you're Capricorn, and I know we're touchy-feely, something like that. And I'm like, Nancy, why you always talk about Raven? You ain't got nothing else to talk about? Okay, so SK says there's a lot of sexual tension between them, and it's obvious he doesn't know that Raven didn't choose him because she wanted to. She was the best second option. Alexa, this season is a lot of second options. It's a lot of second options. Did y'all notice that? Maybe I'll come back and talk about that. Okay. So then Alexis is over there in the corner telling Raven and Nancy that Brennan couldn't get it in. He was jamming in for like 2 minutes. And I'm like, I had to text sister, a cousin, Alyssa. So what that mean? Is it little? Is it too tiny? What do you mean jamming? He's just going around trying to figure it out. I don't understand. Huh? I don't understand. You know what you mean? He's jamming around like he's going around in the dark for 2 hours. I mean, and I'm like, maybe I'll do a video on my channel, because I don't want to be too, too To sexualize. But I understand. I don't understand. For 2 minutes, you're just jamming, jamming. You couldn't find it. I don't understand. I need y'all to explain it to me. Why, if you could find it, why you didn't look for it? I'm just trying to say, you know what I mean? If and so here we go. What's and I put what's up with Zaynab not getting she has a weave. Like I said, she got a weave, child. She got a weave. That's why she don't want to get in the water. She got a weave. Bartiz in the pool, flirting with Raven, talking about you're a baddie, you're pretty, you're gorgeous, etc. And Nancy over in the corner, peeping at her man, and I'm like, she's just sitting over. Nancy's starting to make me tired. Okay. And the voiceover, Raven says she's not impressed by what Bartiz was saying, and how come he didn't say those things to her while she was in the pods. And I'm like, okay, Raven, well, what characteristics did you show or did you give while you was in the pods? Because another situation was going to come up later, and I'm going to refresh your mind how for Bartiz it didn't matter, but now for SK it matters. You know what I mean? So I don't know, Raven, you double talking to me. Then she's gonna say, oh, honestly, we're so emotionally incompatible. And I'm like, liar, liar, your bikini is on fire, Raven. Stop lying. Go ahead, you feel rejected, which is why you had to go ahead and get with SK. Alexis asked Cole how him and Zaynab were, and he said he is not in the place to say everything is perfect, and she's not the first girl he would pick. But Cole, you're still grinding her every night. I'm just saying, giving it to her. Alexa's voiceover says that was weird. And she's talking about, I'm just sipping up all the tea, and I don't even drink tea. I drink coffee. And I'm like, Lord Jesus, this girl is so funny. You know, you know what, Brennan and Alexis reminds me of Miguel and Lindy on Married at First Sight. They're not dealing with their issues. Okay. Matt thinks Raven and SK are opposite attracts, and I don't think the opposite attracts thing work out. People say that because they're married, but they don't tell you about all the fighting and the issues they have in the marriage. And I'm not saying everything have to be the same, but I just know that when you have so many differences, that there's a lot of issues in the marriage. Okay. Cole is whispering to Colleen about Matt. He then says Zaynab would not have been his first choice, and says his first choice would be her. And she says, you would be the guy I go to for sure. So, ladies, we got to pay attention. I think a lot of people are missing this whole thing. You're pretty, but you're not able to connect with him on a deeper level. And that's what's important. Yeah, you want somebody to be attracted to you physically, but also you need to be able to go deeper. And we know that Colleen said she wasn't able to go deeper, and Raven was just concerned about getting a sugar daddy. Okay. And the voiceover says Colleen is stressful for him because he's physically in love with her. So Cole is, oh, she's stressful for me. I am physically in love with her. What that mean, Cole? What does that mean? What does that mean? I'm going to be reading Invisible Man. I wanted to tell you guys that. That's what I'm looking at. He's physically in love with her and he's emotionally in love with the other girl. Where is the middle ground? You dump them both and you go find one that you agree with. That's it. So then we see SK and Raven getting a massage, and I was like, oh, it feels so good. I was like, oh, yes. I was like, oh, yes. Rub my neck, rub my neck. My husband got me a massage thingy. I might go do it this week for my birthday. Um, and then he started giving her a massage. She said she told him they had a talk and told him he needed to step up and match her energy. And now there's sexual tension. And she's talking about he's my fiance licious. I think she's forcing her some. So they're in the pool and they're talking about not rushing. And then she says, I'm falling in love and I love you. And then she kissed his yellow teeth. And I'm like, ew, Raven Show. She's really forcing herself because she has all this sexual tension for Bartiz. Okay, all this sexual tension for Bartiz. That's why she's forcing herself to be in love with SK and kiss him and stuff like that. Nancy and Bartiz, and of course she brings up him talking about Raven. Ladies, we saw this on Ready to Love. Every season the man is sitting there with you, but all you want to talk about is the other girl. I don't care. I don't care about the other woman. I just care about me and you, boo. Just me and you. Just me and you. I don't care what's going on with the other woman. It's not my problem. You're with me now, and I'm going to enjoy our time together. And I wish this woman would learn that. Then he asks her if she thinks SK and Raven uh uh or will say yes, and Nancy said yes. I think that she's gonna say yes, right? Because you don't want there to be a possibility, Nancy, that Bartiz can run back to Raven, and I think in the end he will. Okay. Excuse me. I think in the end he will. uh So then pay attention to what Bartiz says. And Nancy went all the way over Nancy's head, and he go all the way over your head. He said he's concerned about them fizzing out. And he asked if they get married, would she say yes? So he's saying the girls in the past, they would fizzle out, right? And fizzling out usually happens when you connect on a physical level, but that's it. You see, you need to connect on both. You need to connect on a physical level and an emotional, deeper level. You have things in common. We believe in the same God. We like politics. We like to read. We have things in common. We believe this. I believe in you being a provider. You believe in providing for me. Okay. So when y'all don't have stuff in common, when you have your foundation is standing on one leg, it's not enough. It's not enough. You need to be able to stand on more than one leg. And that's what's happening. She's going and he gonna ask her, do you if we say married right now, would you say yes? She said yes. Listen to what he said. He said, even though they haven't been through nothing and she hasn't seen how he deal with issues, she said yes. And he was like, you would marry me. You haven't seen me dealt with issues. You don't know how. And he was like, and I'm like, run, run. And he is absolutely right, ladies. Pay attention. How does he deal with issues? In my husband list, that's one of the things we're going to talk about. How does he handle stress? How does he deal with issues? Is he going to blow up like Matt? She's so desperate. She's like, yes, it doesn't matter. Brennan and Alexa in the pool, And he's nervous about the real world. Yeah, be nervous about the real world because you're going to have to get you a maid or you're going to have to be the cleanup person. Back in their room, Zainab asked Cole how was his pool party, and I'm sitting there shaking my head like, don't bring up the pool, Zainab. Do not bring up the pool because you would not get in. You don't want to get your weave wet. Okay? Typical woman of color. I don't want to get my hair wet. Oh, my weave. I don't want my weave to fall out. And I'm just sitting there looking like, are you dumb? And so then they started going back and forth about her being upset because she asked him to rate her, and she must have been listening to Kevin Samuels, and he said she's a 9, and she's mad about that. He asked, "Are there any other body that's a 10?" And he said, "Yes, 2 people, uh, Raven and Colleen are 10s, but she's a 9." And she's like, "It's shitty to hear. Don't ask men for if you don't want to know the truth, ma'am. See, that's that ego women have, right? We have this ego thing where you think you are a 10, and he says, no, you're not a 10, you're a 9. And then you get mad. But you asked him to tell you the truth. Did you not? You're a 9. But the other girls is a 10. And I'm like, dump her, Cole. Dump her now. He is 25. He don't have time to be stroking your ego and your self insecure and your low self-esteem issues. Zainab, you're 31, girl. Go get into counseling. Listen, I am always suspicious of people who is not comfortable in being naked. And when I say naked, I don't mean butt naked, but no makeup, no weave, none of that. Okay, this is why I tell men, before you marry her, take her to the beach and dip her under the water. Dip her under there. Make sure her head go down a couple of times. Dip, dip it, dip it, dip it, dip it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Come out clean, clean, clean. Dipper. Make sure you can live with who she is without makeup. Because some of these videos, I see the girls take off the makeup and they look like Shaka Zulu. They look like a Shaka Zulu. I said, no, God, taking their teeth out. Ask about teeth. Are those your real teeth? So people who is not secure in who they are, just like the day you was born, no makeup, no weave, I don't trust them. I know one lady, she's been married for God knows how long. She said, my husband has never seen me without makeup. Then she says in her little mouse voice, oh, it's okay to hear. Maybe it's self-esteem issues I have to work through. Why you didn't work through your self-esteem issues, Zainab, before you came on the show? Why are you on the show and you got self-esteem issues? Because now Cole want to grind you, but he don't like you. Okay? He don't like you. He's not attracted to you. He like your kitty. He likes that, which is why he's hitting it 5 times a day. But that's it. Then she asks, this is Zainab, do you desire to build a life with anyone else? And he says, she's a great looking girl. And I'm like, why, Zainab? Why? He's engaged to you. Why you ask him about anybody else? Then we see Matt and Colleen having dinner, and he asks what was the little conversation with Cole about. And I'm like, here go another low self-esteem man who obviously comes on the true crime. I say, why you look so familiar? You look like the men that come on. And she's like, oh, what you say is in the real world. You'll be the guy. And he starts throwing tables and flipping tables. Oh, what you mean? I'm not going to be played. You're not going to play me like a sucker. You're not. He went off. He blew everything out of proportion. But one thing he did say, I'm going to give Matt this. One thing Matt says, he says, if anybody asks me, I said, I only have eyes for one woman here. And that's the real answer, right? That's the gentleman answer to do. You've already picked this person to be engaged. He's right. I only have eyes for one person, but at the same time, you're seeing and talking to other people who you were dating. So I don't see a problem having a conversation and then you can work it out. No, honey, he flipping tables. Oh, it's done. I ain't gonna marry her. I'm going home on the midnight train to Georgia, to Texas. You trying to play me? You trying to play me for? You trying? She's crying. He's like, it's over. It's done. We's over. We's done. And she's like, oh, I don't want you to leave me. Please don't leave me. And then I was like, get off my TV, you infidels. I can't stand them. They get on my nerves. Don't start acting like Married at First Sight now. Don't start acting like Married at First Sight, Ready to Love, or Blind, or whatever you use. I love you, child. What time? It's 12 o'clock, 12:02. Time for me to go take my other nap. I love you. Let me know what you think about episode 5. I'm going to try to do episode 6 tomorrow and 7 and Tuesday, and then we'll be ready for Wednesday. Absolutely love you and Doria. Thank you for you showing me love. My new book's coming out very soon. Remember to sign up for Janice Hylton Mentoring. If you have not, I need you guys over there participate in the conversation and in the community tabs. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye.